If you did not claim your Rebus airdrop, go claim it right now. Yesterday we posted this video. The Rebus airdrop is live and some other information you can find in that video. But today we'll be looking at the core fundamentals of the Rebus token, and everything is explained step by step. It will show you why Rebus could take DeFi mainstream. So let's take a look at the core fundamentals. Go sit down. Take your time because this is a video of 12 minutes, around 14 to 12 minutes. So make sure to take your time and learn more about the fundamentals of crypto, DeFi, and the Rebus token itself. Let's get it.
Welcome and thank you for your time. Today we're going to introduce you to Rebus, a platform designed to take DeFi mainstream. We'll start with our foundations and continue into the problems we identified in the DeFi space, our solution, and how it works. We'll then share a bit about the investment opportunities and how to learn more. The founding team of any organization is critical, as everything from values to goals starts at the top. Taking DeFi mainstream requires a love of overcoming challenges. Then it requires expertise in financial regulations, both DeFi and traditional finance markets, general economics, a deep understanding of cloud security, blockchain technology and application-specific blockchain technology, and general entrepreneurship in innovative marketplaces that don't yet exist. We're happy to say that we have gathered such expertise among our founding members, advisors, and partners. Now, it's from this group that we identified some issues in the DeFi marketplace, and they largely go with new technology adoption. If we just look at some figures within the US, they're rather representative of the global adoption of crypto. But we have 58% of Americans that are invested in traditional finance markets, but only 13% that are invested in crypto. This means that at least 150 million people making more than median income that would more than likely diversify into this space if it weren't for unsatisfactory answers to two key questions. How do I invest in DeFi, and what can I do with it? These questions describe two standard criteria when it comes to new technology adoption: complexity and utility. And that's important because that's exactly what we're looking at in this space, the adoption of a new technology in finance. The relationship between complexity, or barriers of entry, and value utility are fundamental to new tech adoption. New tech begins as rather complicated to use and access, and the value or utility can be quite limited, or perhaps even theoretical. As the complexity reduces and utility improves, the market grows. With just one of these improving and the other remaining the same, you get stuck into an early minority phase. It's not until you have progress on both the complexity and utility fronts that you start entering into the early majority and then into hyper adoption phases like we saw with the internet adoption in the late 90s and with smartphone adoption in the mid 2010s. So where are we at when it comes to crypto? Currently, there are three ways to get into the market. First came private placement. This was option number one, and where most of the crypto billionaires that have been created over the last few years entered in the first place. The complexity was quite high, and the value was theoretical at best. It wasn't until the now infamous 10,000 Bitcoin pizza purchase that utility was proven beyond black market use cases. And that was the beginning of our early adoption phase, our early minority adoption. And then came crypto exchanges, which again addressed complexity, making it somewhat simpler to get into the market. And then last year in 2021, the mutual funds and ETFs that became available through mainstream financial houses. They were dramatically successful. And that's why you see every financial house in the world today scrambling to figure out, how do we expand upon this? How do we get this in a place where we can sell DeFi products to our customers? And that's where the Rebus platform comes in. The Rebus platform is simultaneously removing the complexity and adding utility by making the answers to those questions, how do I get into DeFi and what can I do with it, trivial and familiar. So How do you get into it and what can you do with it? Well, today, there are a lot of steps that are unique to DeFi investment. You don't have to really go through any of these for anything else. So it's a lot of new education, new things, less adoption. And then you do all that for a single utility, buy or sell coins. Now, while there are some opportunities for additional things, like the new liquidity pools and all this, there's more complexity therein. So take these steps and then add some more complexity to get into some of the newer use cases, but still quite limited. What Rebus is doing is we're combining all of those initial steps into something that already exists. Go to your existing asset manager or financial advisor or insurance broker. Then have access to many options. It would be as simple as saying, yes, I'd like to diversify into cryptocurrency with the same risk-reward profile as my general portfolio. Or you take your existing assets and put them to use for you for passive income. And your asset manager would have those options available to you. When we talk to potential partners, like our banks, asset managers, the response is always some version of the same type of sentiment, which is, I need this. I'm losing money every day because I can't sell what my customers want, which is a way to diversify into crypto. When you're designing a new platform, this is the type of feedback you want. So taking DeFi mainstream, how does it work that we're going to bring DeFi investments to traditional investors? What does that actually look like? Well, it's a platform play. So we are going to do work to build components that are going to both satisfy banking regulations while allowing a theoretical unlimited number of products to be offered involving any number of coins from any number of blockchains. So let's just walk through this little graphic and explain how it works. So first, the traditional investor goes to their asset manager and orders an investment, whether that's because the asset manager has updated their portfolio and said, hey, there's a new diversification we're adding to all of our portfolios. We'd like to review it with you and get approval before we move forward. Or by demand, they come back and say, Mr. Asset Manager, I would like to diversify. Order goes in and gets into the Rebus investment platform. Now, it's the Rebus investment platform, and the vault is where the regulation exists. They are regulated by Swiss banking regulations, which allows all of this to happen. Every transaction is going to be based on a native Rebus coin that will be used to facilitate all the transactions using any number of coins. From here, the contracts and funds are then sent to the Rebus vault before then being converted into a smart contract in the Cosmos ecosystem, where it will remain until there is a request for payout. Upon request for design, the payout initiates, and it just goes back in the reverse order, back to the Rebus vault, then to the Rebus investment platform to be paid out in fiat to the traditional investor, USD or other. This is the simplicity and the utility we're looking at. So we need to choose a technology that would satisfy our core requirements, which means we have a sovereign coin with interoperability. We needed to be able to connect with many others. We needed to have control over network security to meet regulatory. We needed a means to distribute our own utility token, as we described a bit earlier. We needed to avoid any type of shared resources because that's additional risk, and it doesn't always let you satisfy regulations. We also wanted to avoid any type of utility or bottlenecks being forced through a main chain, and it needed to be proven and established technology with some traction. And the Cosmos ecosystem with the IBC, ICA, and its active development and user community and over 62 billion in liquidity checked all those boxes, and that's where we went. And this is a response from the Cosmos Hub lead, Bill Rennekamp, when asked, what's it going to take to get Cosmos to the next level? What's stopping that growth there? And this was a great quote he had, which was really, we've built the platform to create massive utility for users. We need companies to come in that are going to focus on doing that and not just looking at creating a coin for kind of a get-rich-quick solution. And that's why we've built this. So it's always nice to have the vision of the Cosmos hub articulate that what they want to see is exactly what we are building. The initial products are going to be built and maintained by the REBUS team. Now, we're going to start with some direct staking of REBUS coins, layered staking, which means staking of any type of coin, and then liquidity pools, which involves other coins. Now, the vision is that we will build between 20 and 30 such products, and we're going to continue to expand the platform by allowing developers to add their own products. And they would want to do that because if you can support the REBUS platform, then that means your product is going to be made accessible to a much greater audience than if you stick behind the traditional DeFi access means, which is all those steps we've skipped by making it available through traditional finance. So income streams. How do investors and partners make money if we're all based on trading other coins? Well, it's through a set of familiar and non-prohibitive transaction fees. And we have 2 mandatory fees for all transactions. One goes to supporting various ethical projects, and the other towards investors and partners. We have 2 discretionary fees, the intro fee, which is collected by partners when their clients first get started, and a liquidity fee, which would benefit those participating in a liquidity pool product. Now, the roadmap that we have is currently looking for our investors and signing up partners. We will have our native coin launch this summer and the public coin distribution shortly thereafter, followed by an airdrop launch. And then between the airdrop launch late summer, early fall through Q1 2023, we will be promoting ourselves and acquiring more partners. The first financial products are slated to launch in Q1 2023. So again, who are our partners? Our partners are traditional financial houses that service individual investors. And that could be asset managers, financial advisors, insurance providers. The idea is that the end customer doesn't even need to know who REBUS is to benefit from what the platform does, which is allow them to diversify their portfolio into decentralized finance products, namely cryptocurrencies. But as soon as a utility for NFT becomes apparent and real, those would also be on the table. So it's a very extensible platform looking towards the future of finance by bringing both worlds together. So with all that said, what's up for the investors that would like to be a part of the future of DeFi being brought to mainstream? Well, this summer, 2022, we are going to announce the REBUS public coin distribution, which will be available on multiple exchanges. And then following the public coin distribution, we'll also have an airdrop. So if you're interested in participating in either or both of those, go to our website and you can subscribe for updates through our newsletter and our.
So as you could see, that was an amazing video, very well explained. You could learn a lot about traditional finance and decentralized finance. I'm excited if REBUS are gonna make their plans come true and what's gonna happen with the project. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is gonna happen with the project? Are you excited for the future of REBUS, or are you selling your tokens? What are you doing? Let me know. Staking, buying, selling. I hope to see you into the next video. Take care everyone. Bye bye.